안녕히 가십시오. 안녕히 가십시오. 내가 계신데 다들 가는 거예요. 참. 아, 예, 가만히 있죠. 가만히 있죠. 그렇죠. 내가 계신데 다들 가시죠. 아닌데? 다른 비디오로 가는데요. 안녕히 가십시오. 안녕히 계십시오. Hey everybody, so me and Myung sat down and we wanted to record another video, so we bounced some ideas off each other and we thought something really good to talk about would be the differences in like dating and relationships in Korea versus America. I know a lot of people have probably talked about this quite a bit, but it's something that hits us really personally because of some of the issues and things that we have faced. So we just wanted to sit down and chat with everybody and, you know, just kind of bring our opinion into it and hopefully bring some insight to you guys as well. So me and Myung have been dating for a year and 3 months roughly, which is my longest relationship by far actually. So it's been a very interesting experience for me, the ups and downs and just how long it's been. But I've really enjoyed it. Even the bad times have been like good learning experiences, I think, for both of us, which is really cool. So I think one of the biggest differences in Korea and America come like dating wise and relationship wise is just where both countries are, I think, socially. Nowadays in the US, there isn't a whole lot of people going official. Like there's not a lot of people asking the question, will you be my girlfriend? Will you be my significant other? Just because how quickly people change relationships, have different relationships accessible to them. And we just kind of get trapped in this like crazy sum time, as the Koreans would call it. And we don't really take the time to like define what's going on. And that'll last for a couple of months a lot of the time before one of the two people kind of gets the question like, hey, what are we? What are we doing here? Like, what is this? And they really want to start to put a label on it, like a title on it. But in Korea, I think that's still a very prominent thing. Like, I think we were talking about it before and it was like 4 or 5 dates, right? After the 4th or 5th date, like one person will generally ask the other person or like, okay, this is our day 1. And then they'll start counting the days, which is really important in Korean culture. Referencing our current relationship, I guess a lot of people would look at me and call me what's referenced to as like an old soul, where like I have a lot of like very traditional values, and that's why I kind of think I fit really well into Korean culture. It's because their values are still more traditional than the US. I still really like the monogamous relationships. I still value like my significant other a lot. So like I wouldn't ever really do anything to hurt them, you know what I mean, side chicks, stuff like that. So I was the one who asked her to be my girlfriend. That was another like very traditional value that some people consider very like paternal, but I just think, you know what I mean, it's the guy's responsibility to, you know, reach out to the girl and do something like that. I was the one who asked her. I asked her like immediately too. I just knew. It was easy for me. Like the second time I saw her, will you be my girlfriend? Yeah. Nice. So I was very excited about that. The next thing we want to talk about in relationships is the special dates that you have. In America, it's pretty easy, right? You gotta remember anniversaries, birthdays, Valentine's Day, maybe Christmas. That's it. But Christmas is kind of like a family holiday, so you gotta like divvy up your time a lot more efficiently, I think. But in Korea, they have like prioritized special days for couples. They do 100 days, 200 days, 300 days. And it continues very weirdly after that, but we decided to just cut it off. 300 was the cap. We're done with that. And But it's really interesting. There's like Pepero Day in November, Christmas in December. It's kind of crazy. There's literally one holiday per month if you really wanted to celebrate that crazily. I couldn't keep up with it. It's so hard. And then like her birthday, my birthday, our anniversary, Christmas. It's just so much. It's kind of overwhelming here. We saved the best part for last. The piece de resistance. The culmination of all of this. Our parents and the roles that they play in both of our relationships. So I've had relationships where I've only been dating a girl for maybe 2 weeks, and I brought her home to meet my parents. And my parents are super, super nice people. They love everybody, right? It's really easy to just bring people home and just show them to parents, have dinner with your parents, like even stay at my house, right? Just the whole like value system is very, very different, right? Like I've met my girlfriend's parents many times. I met like girls I wasn't even dating, I met their parents. But in Korea, like I didn't meet Myung's parents until pretty late. It was almost a year we'd been dating. We'd been dating about 11 months before I met her parents. And I still feel like I haven't like met her parents that well. You know what I mean? Like me and her dad have kind of gotten a little close, which is really cool because from all the things that she yells at me about, I guess her dad gets yelled about, which is really, really comforting. As I'm just like a carbon copy of her dad in different color, I guess. So her dad really, really taking to me and being similar to me was really, really nice. He's a super cool guy, and I just enjoyed hanging out with him. But her mom is a tough nut. I thought she liked me like a lot when we first met, but I think maybe she had a different idea of what I was to her daughter at first, which is alright. You know what I mean? Tough nuts to crack doesn't mean they're not crackable. So that's all we're gonna think about. But just the difference in that is huge. Just how easy it is to meet my parents. Like we've talked to my parents probably 4 or 5 times now. You know what I mean? It's so easy for us to just pick up the phone and call them. And if we were in the States, we'd go see my parents all the time. So another thing is like what I don't like about the lack of meeting the parents in Korea is I'm a prospective marriage partner, but these people know nothing about me. Nothing. Right? I'm going to show up to their house, be like, hey, I want to marry your daughter. And then they're going to give me the permission just based on meeting me one time. Wow. And then you have the parents that are like against the marriage, just simply based off of very, very simple factors, or like just because you don't have money or you don't come from a family with money. That baffles me greatly. They just look at what you have now, right? It's such, I understand it because of how far Korea has come in such a short amount of time, right? Like her parents literally have come from a life where Korea was nothing. The point where Korea is a top GDP nation. Like economically, Korea is in such a great place, like overall. The distance they have come and the adversity that they have overcome, I think has led them to become very defensive as a people, and that's why they are so materialistic in like wanting nice things and wanting nice things for your son or daughter, because they came from nothing and now they have everything. And they assume that if their son or daughter doesn't have the money to live a super comfortable life, that they're gonna re-fall into poverty or something really, really negative, which is a worrisome thing, but I don't think it's to the degree that they need to worry about it. There's a lot more value than just simple cash assets or just assets in general. Plus, money can buy you things that make you happy, but money can't buy you happiness. I think they need to place more value on actual happiness. Now, the last topic in relation to the parents is how hands-on and hands-off they are. In the US, parents are a range of degrees of hands-on to hands-off, right? I think the very rich parents are going to try to be very hands-on in your relationship because they don't really want you to marry a poor person. And there's a few reasons for that, right? The U.S. is very, very widely known for gold diggers. And it's a very, very prominent thing to marry somebody with money so you can live a lavish life. They also don't want you messing with poor bloodlines. Like, there's still some of that like bloodline protection nonsense that people want to do, which again is nonsense. But for the most part, I want to say parents are pretty hands-off. I don't think they really care too much. So the reason they can be hands-off is because they meet so early, right? They meet this person and they get to know this person, and it's just more inviting, more eating dinner together, and they actually get to know this person. It's not like Korea where like you get invited over one time and you're like, oh wow, yeah, you seem like a cool person, and then you do the whole like drunk test with the dad and the brothers, like, oh, are you a wife beater? Like nonsense like that. No, you actually take the time and actually get to know this person before marriage. In Korea, you need your parents' permission to get married. You have to receive their blessing, their horok, their permission to get married. Horak, to get married. You have to. Have to. And you meet them once.
Or you can just marry with someone. You can leave your parents.
But doesn't that, like, you like leave your family then, right? Yeah, so apparently you can leave your family, because that's an option. Yeah. And then get married to you. You leave your family. Basically get disowned by your family to marry this person. I can't really see anybody who would want to do that, but sure, I guess. There are some people. You know, I get that, but it does not seem like a very valid option, is all I'm saying. I think there's just better ways to do it. But I like the ceremonies. I like wedding ceremonies in Korea. I think they're really, really awesome. I love how both people have to like insa to the parents. Like, I think that's such a really cool thing that we don't have in the US. But like, we have something a little bit different. I still like American wedding ceremonies way better. That's actually a good video. Differences between American and Korean wedding ceremonies as well as, that's probably a good video. Alright guys, this was my insight on Korean marriage, which means nothing to about most people, but that's alright. You're gonna watch it anyway.